Ladies and gentlemen, gather round, gather round. My man Voch Lombardi's here at the Crown Global Media Big Board. You're going to tell us how to maybe stop a quarterback this week, aren't you?
The big, scary Super Bowl Philadelphia Eagles, one of the ways that you can beat them is to get to Jalen Hurts. And Bryan Broaddus, let's just run some plays here. I got a couple of plays just showing how to pressure him, how to sack him. And Bryan, sometimes Jalen Hurts will sack himself. You know, sometimes he doesn't always like what he's seeing. He doesn't trust what his eyes are going to do. And he doesn't end up trusting his arms in that way. But what he will do is trust his legs. I want everybody to notice this one right here. Take a look at the pressure from the B gap here and the 2-eye right there. Shouts out to 2-eye and the 2-eye right there, right? This isn't a bad pocket at all.
Not at all.
This isn't a bad pocket, but sometimes Jalen Hurts in his mentals can get nervous. So what doesn't come out in the wash will come out in the rinse. Jalen Hurts will run, but what the Cowboys DBs need to be able to do is to come up and make a play on Jalen Hurts once he starts scrambling around, Bryan.
Tackle in space this week, right? Get that guy to the ground if you can.
Tackle in space. Because, these are big physical runners. Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, they're big physical guys. How about this play here, Bryan Broaddus?
Oh, I see what you got going here.
How about this play here, Bryan Broaddus? Let's run this back and let's talk about it. Now, this is where the Cowboys have advantages here. Because, yes, this could be Kenneth Murray.
Right.
It could be. But Bryan Broaddus, just me in particular, I want this to either be Dante Fowler.
Yeah.
I want this to be Donovan Ezaraku.
Right.
This could be Sam Williams.
Right.
Sam Williams is number 54.
54.
So now what you have here is a more powerful pass rush savvy player.
I see.
Not going against Mailata, not going against Lane Johnson, but going against Saquon Barkley.
The back. Yeah. So this guy is so talented running the football, but you want him to play in the passing game as a protector.
Make Saquon Barkley come up and deal with you. And if that's the case, he's not running.
Right.
The less Saquon runs against you, the more we win. Bryan Broaddus, how about this one? We mentioned this earlier in the week, many different platforms. We talked about coming after these interior guys, right? Now, Landon Dickerson, who is a powerful player, Bryan Broaddus, and he trusts his power a little bit too much. He gets over the skis sometimes. What do we mean
I can
by
see that. I like that. I like that.
We just leaning a little
Boy, you're showing us right there. Look at that. Look how all his weight's on the front of the balls of his feet. It puts him in a bad blocking position right there.
So everybody just use your imagination. If Landon Dickerson is leaning, just imagine what Osa could do with that.
Exactly.
Marshawn Nealon, line him up in B gap or
there
something
you go.
like that. Take one of those quick bursty guys, put him right over Landon Dickerson, and plus he's coming off an injury, Bryan Broaddus. So with his meniscus situation still healing and he's already being more of a leaning type guy, maybe you can take advantage of that with some interior pressure. Here's another one, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all gonna love this. Me and Bryan Broaddus talked about this off camera. Apparently the Eagles feel really good about Tyler Steen, but Bryan, I'm gonna go find him regardless. I don't care how good they feel about him. Take a look at the right guard, Tyler Steen, and that's exactly where he's gonna be versus the Cowboys.
Former left tackle, right, at Alabama.
Former left tackle at Alabama. He was a little bit light in the butt there, but you gotta bring your pads, you gotta bring a little more weight, and he's a guy that has to play now because Becton's no longer there.
Right.
So this is really like an emergency move, so they're trusting him to kind of step up a little bit. If it's me, I'm taking your dogs, I'm taking Kenny Clark, I'm taking Oso Digizua.
Yes.
I'm lining them up right over the right guard, and I'm going to get him, Bryan Broaddus. And look at that front pressure right here. Let me just bring this back just a little bit. This is what you want. Jalen Hurts can deal with the outside stuff, but put those guys in front of him and push the pocket in that way.
I tell you what, I like what you did. It looked like to me that they really had a problem with so much push. These tackles are good enough to handle things one-on-one on the outside, but you push the pocket that way, that's going to cause a big, big problem for Jalen Hurts.
Now, we don't have Dexter Lawrence, but they do have Tyler Steen, so we're going to find a way to recreate that pressure there, Bryan Broaddus. And I got one more for you. This is a good one here. Now, the previous play, I said the DBs, the corners, the safeties, I need them to step up to be ready to clean up the sack.
Right.
How about you just blitz them, Bryan Broaddus? Take a look at this. You got linebackers here, linebacker there, other miscellaneous standing up guys there, and then on the end of this thing, you have a safety entering the frame late to now go deal with tight ends and things of that nature. So if you can't deal with these tackles, because Lane Johnson is an all-pro, Mailata is a Pro Bowl type guy, if you can't get pressure from those tackles, Matt Eberflus could benefit from attacking tight ends.
I'll tell you what, I like what you've done right here, though. You've given us some options, whether it's like attack specific players, it's also bring pressure from the outside with some secondary blitz, but also put these running backs in position where they have to block as well, though. All three of those options did look like they affected Jalen Hurts. Looking forward to seeing if Matt Eberflus, like you say, Voch, looking forward to seeing if Matt Eberflus can get these things accomplished when the Cowboys meet here this Thursday night.